I know a lot of communities have been hit hard by the recession, but Boise in particular has been hit really hard. And there's, just because it's such an isolated area, there's not a, this huge influx of people necessarily, or businesses that are coming here. We've gone from, just for example, our food pantry serving about 30 families on a week to over 100. So, it's very evident to us that this has been a huge issue in what's going on. They come out here and there's all the fresh produce. And they have a voucher system that they come in and here you go, you can get this many of whatever, and they come out here and they can get so many, I don't know, it's pounds or how
items,
it's, items, but so they can come out here and get all this stuff. So this is kind of where, this space right here is where that happens. So Jesus said the two greatest commandments are to love God and to love your neighbor. And I think our community is our neighbor. Whether they go to our church or not, there are going to be massive amounts of fruits, and you got some nice stuff here. I think, for us, our goal should be, as Christians, should be to reach out to help people. If you're thirsty, give them something to drink. If they're hungry, give them food. If they're cold, give them clothing. Do the things that, expressions of the gospel. And there's no qualifications of that in the gospel. Jesus doesn't say, help those that you think that are going to be, more conducive to actually taking this and appreciating it. It just says do it.
We just had a real blessed time in Boise, being able to worship there and on top of this hill that just overlooked the city at night with this huge cross just lit up, and it was amazing. It was really, really amazing just to, I brought a guitar and I've only used it about 4 times, but it was so worth it every one of those times to be able to really just stop and worship God, because we're all getting tired, we're all ready to go home, I think, in some way or another, to some degree. Each one of us, I think, is different, but what it comes down to is that we're close to home and we're almost back, we're almost done, but we have to finish the race strong. And we are invited to the fortune cookie factory. Kinda hoping it's actually a fortune cookie factory, because there's a chance that it may actually just be a restaurant called the Fortune Cookie Factory, but I really hope it's actually a fortune cookie factory.
Seven years ago, when I first came over here, I found out something, because this is the church in Chinatown. But most of our members, if they commute from other places, from East Bay, from South Bay, even from Sunset District, so I challenge the commission members. We should be a neighborhood church. Then we work together, try to do the outreach ministry for this community. And then we find out that no single church in Chinatown provide evening worship. In fact, so many Chinese experts, especially new immigrants, they are not able to come to the church during the Sunday morning. That's why we organize and we prepare for the evening worship, and then we call it Restaurant Fellowship, because our main target is those who are working in the restaurant.
So we're in the fortune cookie factory, and we gotta see this. Want to move for a second, Patrick? No. Nah. the rejects. How do you feel?
Well, yeah, I like the fellowship. They allow we, go serving to God, and feel more open, happiness, find a lot of happiness there.
So this is the last day of doing vlogs and the last day of the trip before we go back home to SoCal, and there's a lot of weird sort of thoughts and emotions coming into this. It's kind of funny how knowing that we went through all this craziness of planning and preparation, and finally to see it actually not only just start, but knowing that it's actually this part of going around is going to be finished. It's just so crazy.
A lot of times we think of adventure as breaking the law, breaking the rules, bending it as far as we can, towing the line, and staring death in the face, and putting ourselves in risk, danger, or even hurting ourselves. And we view that as adventure. Adventure is when you get away with it. And yet I was sort of redefining it through this trip of, adventure is taking that huge risk for God without knowing what's gonna happen, not knowing if you're gonna come out okay. And I don't mean that just physically, but if you're gonna come out okay spiritually and psychologically, or if you're gonna just be changed radically for the better or for the worse.
God has shown me that His kingdom is being built, that people have pursued His heart for community building, for revival, spiritual revival, and for people to be genuinely a good neighbor throughout this country.
It's a weird feeling knowing that we're gonna be done. It's kind of like a bittersweetness that comes with it, because I am excited that to go home, see my family, and to go back to school and see old friends, not be like a nomad for a month or for life. But it's sad knowing that just not always having every single day to sort of to be blown away and shown so much in such a short time.
For what He's done, shake off the dust and start to run. Christian, now get on your way. He's turned your night into the day. For He is love. For He is love. For He is love. Run the race, not for the crown. Let yourself in Him be found. His kingdom's here to stay, brighter than the light of day. For He is love.